the conversation, but I overheard you asking, should you sell your work to a museum or to a gallery? Well,
private collector.
To a private collector. Well, I think with my little experience in the market for a while, I feel that both have their role to play in the life and the growth of an artist. Well, for you as an artist, if an artist is just coming up, I am quite sure that no high-profile museum will just come and pick you up somewhere. But if you are an established name that, you know, your work has been going through the secondary art market, then you should, the artist should pray and probably leave the collectors to those young people and focus on the museum, because the museum will put you on the pedestal, put you on the class, put you on a high platform. But we still need to also consider the fact that there are some collectors that are larger than museums. There are some single collector that can buy a whole museum. So we can't joke with those people. So coins always have two faces.
Yeah.
Artists just need to understand the dynamics of the market. You can't just be selling to just anyhow, just because somebody just called himself a collector. Some people that call themselves a collector are probably art dealers or art marketers or hustlers. You know, when you see a real collector, if you get to their house, you see the way they cherish your work. Yeah. I mean, I've had a collector who bought a surveillance camera just to put in front of my sculpture, and you know, he want to know what happens to that sculpture every second. Mm-hmm. And the same thing will happen in a museum.
Yeah.
So an artist need to put himself on a place where his work will be given that due respect. Yeah. So whether it's a collector or is a museum, it is the artist that will actually dictate the tune to which, you know, value his work will always get. Although some people will also tell you that artists you can't really put yourself on that platform. You need the collectors. Some you can't. I mean, for instance, if you are not Damien Hirst, you can't take your work to the secondary art market to market, or you can't even take it to museum. You can't even take it to any auction house. So you still need those collectors that probably invest in you and probably sell to the collectors or art marketers. So we have to, everything works together. I mean, that's my simple.
I think the attention of getting your works into the museum is actually doing things that are relevant to yesterday, the history.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What you capture, the story you tell, how you present it, how what impact it has in the community. You know.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when you create whatever object you create, using the history and the contents of your time.
Yes.
You showcase it. The people are going to see it and people are going to react to it.
You're right. You're right.
Either people are provoked, people are going to write, people are going to discuss. Then institutions will want to collect it. You know, to be in our museum. You know, I mean, if you take the war going on, there've been war in different places. You know, there's been a lot of propaganda. But every minute there's history going on. I heard there was a guy that the former Prime Minister of Japan was shot, and Japan only had 10 in the last 2 years. They've only had 10 gun-related violence, while in America every day bang 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 bang, the daily bang 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 bang. So it tells a lot in terms of value, how cultures value life. You know, so creating in the context in which it cuts across barriers, in which it cuts across and it's able to reflect the decadent in these societies, and it's able to also make us understand as humans that such and such and such freedom, maybe we are not able to contain freedom as much as we believe we're, or as much as we think we have the capacity or the intellect to be able to regulate certain matters or certain aspects of or certain policies that governs us as human beings.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you do. You do.
In terms of value, from my perspective, as individual artists has a lot of impact to play. For the fact that, you know, a dealer, collectors, museum collect your work and all that, you know. I think why I said that, you know, the continuity, how you, okay, for instance, now I make name for myself. I did a show and it was sold out and blah, blah, blah. People collected it and I'm quiet, you know. I just say, let me just enjoy the money, you know, and all that. Over time, you will just say that you don't relevant again. As if you are not relevant as an individual, even if you do the very best and take it to gallery, to a museum, which is more, you know, a strong ability, you know, to document your work. Individual artists has a lot to play in terms of the continuity. You know, for instance, now a gallery, a museum bought one of my work yesterday, and today I stopped producing. You know, to me it may depreciate the value, you know, of the work you sold yesterday to a museum. For the fact that they are the right people that we document, that we, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I think continuity as an artist, how to be more relevant, you know, even as you are shooting your shots every here and there, you know, making necessary noise, and it will even add more value, you know, to what you have sold to someone yesterday. You know? So
are you saying the artist should make the noise for himself, or the museum or the curator or the gallery, or who should do the noise making?
The noise maker, of course, from the end, from the museum end or the gallery, and even the artist himself or herself. That is to say, the continuity, the production, relevant in the field, in the contemporary world. Not because you sold one beautiful artwork yesterday, you just fold your hand and you don't produce again. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I get you. You're right.
That is to say, even make noise. Sometimes if you give our trumpet for somebody to blow it, may be different the way you will blow it. You know, though they are very good in writing, in doing the publicity, in doing blah blah blah. But you too, I use the case of this guy as a template. Jackson Pollock. He was just busy producing. Then somebody was just writing. Then publication, and they're producing, exhibiting, blah, 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 take it to gallery, museums, and all that. And people, oh, who is this guy that has a lot of energy like this? Oh, and things like that.
But I think that style doesn't work for some other artists. I mean, some other artists believe that, they are so reserved. They don't want to make noise. They don't have the energy to do that. I think that's where the role of an art marketer comes in, which will always give the artist a corporate packaging. An artist that doesn't know how to, you know, maybe like someone that is so calm,
doesn't know how to express himself.
You don't expect the person to come and be making noise. If you just make noise, you're just making a blunder, you know.
Exactly.
And so that also devalue the work of art. So I feel that an artist needs to school himself the strategy to how the work can reach the world and reach the audience better. If you are not good in creating a theoretical framework for your work, get a curator or a scholar to do the review. But if you know how to make noise, by yourself, do the noise making.
Exactly.
But
That's what I'm talking about.
the focal point of this kind of conversation should center around people creating quality.
Exactly.
Creating quality and time, and time will place you on the right pedestal. So I think that is more important, because in recent time you see a lot of people. In fact, for me, every year I go to museums in US, everywhere. I visit different museums across the globe, and I'm beginning to see that works in museums are becoming so boring that once you get there, you hardly would see one work that would arrest you, captivate your emotion for 1 hour. Hardly. You could probably just see one blank canvas and something, and fine, people call it contemporary art, that is what is trending, that is what is really selling. So, and you see some other artists who put like 14 hours on one small piece, and you can't find their work in the museum. So we need to artists need to just be sincere with themselves. That's number one. Then get the right people to place their work in the right wall, or in the right room, in the right space. So those are a few things that, for instance, let me use my own lifestyle case study. I don't have any of my work in any museum yet, and I'm very deliberate about that. I don't have any of my work in any museum yet. I am very deliberate. I have never put my work in any auction for whether secondary art market or whatever, and I'm very deliberate. Now, what I have done is to make sure that I build my art to a particular stage where the auction house or the museums, we understudy, at least, even if it's just a bolt and nut from my piece, then before I can put it there. It may be different from other artists. We have different scripts to our life. You can't use your life with my script.
Exactly.
If I try to sculpt my scrap iron with palette knife, I will fail.
Yeah.
But look at Mr. Titus. He can use his palette knife to transform the whole world. So we have different scripts.
Exactly.
So my script doesn't work with the other person.
Exactly.
So I feel that artists need to just be sincere, calm yourself down, don't put yourself under pressure.
Yeah.
No.
I know so if you look at the artistic landscape now, Oluwole Omofemi is painting, he's doing a lot of Blackism movement, and you see millions of people, following that trend, and everybody is crazy. In fact, some guys don't even know how to shade. As long as it's in black and you put white teeth and eyeball, and you see that the museums are buying. The museum and galleries, everybody is buying it. So the first thing I feel the artists need to do is to just be sincere with yourself. No baton, no story.
Yeah.
Then
I said it earlier.
Every other thing we follow.
Yeah.
Every other thing we follow.
Exactly.
Well,
so that
I think sometimes for a very long time, the artists of color have been always underrepresented. Right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Back, if you put an artist of color, if you put a white artist, their value, one will be saying 700,000, one will be saying 1,500.
Yeah.
But they are very good works. In fact, the one of color might even be better in terms of context, quality, and everything. So since the death of George Floyd, it's sparked up a lot of conversations and arguments, and people really started digging deep into institutional racism and racism in the art world and in a lot of other sectors. So a lot of institutions and collections felt, there's a need to include the artist of color. No one wants to be found like being a racist or to be slurred, because truly and really, if you go, like you said, Dotun, when you go to all these museums, how many works do you actually see that is maybe an African artist?
Exactly.
Because you are not in Africa. Maybe because we are not in Africa.
Yes,
most of people.
You are a human being. We're all human. And if you look at the developments,
you can't separate. You can't. If you are in the Western world, even if you tell all the black artists to paint black whatever today, that representation yet definitely different.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean the artist of color will not survive.
Mm-hmm.
They will survive. They will do well. They might not be selling. They might not be selling. I mean, we've had Bimbo Dutola, Njideka, and the likes even before George Floyd died.
Yeah, and
they were doing fine. I feel it's just a matter of priority and definition. I feel it's a matter of being sincere. I feel it's. I mean, I got a job to do on George Floyd. You know, I had a research on the 33% of blacks that represent, you know, that are in American prison. 33%. If 33% of blacks makes American prison, so I was told to do some, you know, a project on that. But I have my way. I have an approach, you know, to which I, you know, tackle those subjects. So I mean, I don't want us to digress this conversation to racial, you know, thing. Right. I just want us to focus on art.
Dotun, you know, how do you market yourself as an artist? How do you
how do I market myself as an artist?
Yeah, what advice would you give for a younger artist to say, oh, we spoke about how to add value earlier. You can contribute to how you add value.
Okay.
You can contribute to either how you market yourself. You can contribute to how you document your works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When was the first work you sold, Dotun? What year did you sell your first work?
That story long ago. Well, I will summarize it in a few sentences.
Yeah.
The first work I can remember, remember vividly, was 2003, that I sold 20,000 naira, and that work was an assignment given to me by my Oga at the Universal Studio. Then I was working with I was an IT student under Mr. Mufu Onifade. So, you know, I did the assignment and the work was sold 20,000 naira. 20,000 in 2003 was a lot of money. And I went to Art World to frame it, you know, frame 4,000. I had 16,000 naira to myself as a student. But things started changing. I focused on that painting and, you know, painting style technique, but yet I was still doing a lot of research. Fast forward till 2015, when I finished my master's. I finished my master's 2014 in OAU. So at that moment, I was more confused. I did my first degree in sculpture. I went back to do masters in painting. Now, first degree in sculpture, masters in painting, then I was more confused than anything. So at that moment, I went for a residency in the US and I came back to Nigeria and I started creating scrap art. Now, in 2017, I after studying the Lagos art market, I mean, I've not really been selling much abroad. After studying the Lagos art market, I saw a vacuum that I needed to fill, which is bringing a scrap art into the art market. And I penetrated into that market. And since then, you know, I've been so busy. Now, that is just a story. The core essence of this conversation is, how can you market yourself? For me, I feel that different people with different, like you said, Mr. Abiola said, perception, you know, different approach. You might start your own advert from Facebook. Some people will tell you it is Twitter that sells better. Some will say it's Instagram. Some will say it's, you know, so whichever platform. But for me, I think I've leveraged more on Instagram and it has paid my bills. Some people will call me and say, Dotun, you post too much. It's their own headache. It's their...
Now, so
they can post. It's their own headache. I always say it's their own headache, because if I post on Monday and I have 30,000, I have 94,000 followers. Out of my 94,000 followers, one of them is a potential client. It's not even a collector. I'm not focusing on collectors or their house is filled up. My focus is on a very sane Nigeria that has the luxury, that can afford my work. Now, I focus on luxury. If it's not luxury, don't enter my DM. Now, I try Instagram, I've tried Facebook, I've tried Twitter, I've tried all different, and I have a website. My website has not given me 1 naira. A lot of people say, don't post a work on Instagram, just have a website and have a Facebook. Facebook has not given me $1. You understand? Twitter, all the people on my Twitter list, they will only enter my DM. I love your work. I've been your addicted follower. Thank you so much. After that, thank you, nothing. But my Instagram family are fantastic people. They pay my bills, they pay my bills to travel to every part of the world. So now that I know that, why won't I focus on that? When I went to Qatar to do exhibition, the Qatari government saw me on Instagram. When I went to Turkey, the Turkish government met me on Instagram. When I mean, almost every government are on Instagram. So why won't I create my content at the peak period when Instagram is trending for Nigerian artists? Now, there are times as an artist in US when collectors are online, when gallery owners are online. So you as an artist need to know what works best. Like I said, my template might not work with yours. So you need to understand what template works. Now, if you are a corporate person, you like to do your things corporately, your gallery is the one that want to blow your trumpet for you. They can write all your English for you. Let them do it. For me, I know the kind of content that trends on my social media page. I know the kind of things that I can post on Monday. I know things that I can post on Tuesday. I know how to arouse the emotion of my clients. So artists need to understand that. Then understand how to value your work.
Thank you.
If you call your work just mere art, they'll buy it as mere art. If I say my work, my single miniature of this is a snail. This snail is equivalent to a value of a Rolls Royce Phantom. That is the value of this work. And I will not go back to renegotiate about it. Now, you don't just grow to that level. There should be a level of integrity and sincerity of purpose, value, and time to what you do. So a lot of people just think you can just call price. You can't just call price. So I have done portrait of 300 naira. 300 naira. 300 naira is less than $1. So now, if I tell you that the list of my miniature is $10,000, you don't even price it. That is the worth. That's the value. So, but artists need to grow that sincerity and let people see that sincerity in you. There's one term the Yorubas we call akudaya. Akudaya means I don't know how to interpret akudaya in English. Someone that is stillbirth. Yeah, it's stillbirth. When a curator or gallery or a collector notice that you are a stillbirth, there is a risk they won't invest in you. So for me, I have proven beyond reasonable doubt to the whole world, not even to curators alone, to the whole world, that I'm not a stillbirth.
Or most importantly,
I work
yourself.
Yes, I work 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. If you call my number between that time, I will not pick it. So people they want to trust your process. They want to see your process. They want to see your dedication. They want to see that this guy is actually trying. The truth of the matter is, I dey chop life, confirm. I dey enjoy life. Because nobody say I be well alone. I dey chop better food. I drink better. I dey drink better.
Exactly.
So, you just need to enjoy life and live the best, decent life an artist should live. Those are the things that contribute to the value of your work.
I'm going to ask you one question, please. But before I do that, I'm going to stop the live, then come back and add everyone, so it doesn't cut off. A lot of artists go back to listen, and it helps them make better decision. So Abiola, Titus, I'm going to go out and come back. Don't go away. You'll see me right back.